So the question comes up when you start your garden, there's a lot of options in how you can set your garden up. But the two basic questions that you'll have for your garden is it going to be organic and is it going to be no-till? In Great Britain, they call it no-dig. Here it's no-till, minimal tillage. Whatever you call it is, it's disturbing the soil as little as possible. So on this particular garden, Whirlwind Family Farm, yes, we have both. We are fully organic and we are no-till. And organic kind of speaks for itself. I look at it this way. I don't want to put a chemical on a plant that will end up in my body. We sell to customers and I don't want to have a chemical that they're going to end up consuming. It's as simple as that. Will your vegetables be as insect free? Will you have more damage to plants if you're fully organic? And a lot of times the answer is yes. When you go to the supermarket, you see a lot of uniformity, things that look right, look the way they're supposed to look. And it could be simply because they are using pesticides. I'm not saying they all do. There's a lot of good organic vegetables out there that are sold in grocery stores, and I think they're perfectly fine. But I'm always a little suspicious when all of the food that's being sold looks perfect. But you can have enough volume where you can pick those that have the uniformity and the look you're looking for. We do that out here. We try to raise an abundance of each crop so that we can pick the very best and those that look the very best for our customers. Because you don't want to sell something that has been partially eaten by insects. It doesn't look good, it's not appealing. There's nothing wrong with it. It just is not something that's appealing. So I say all that to say, yes, we're organic. No, we're not going to put pesticides on anything that we grow. So that's just a standard. The second one is a little bit more complicated, and that's no-till. And when you're disturbing the soil as little as possible, that gets into more into the microbiology of the soil itself. And you're like, why would you do that? And there's a couple of simple answers to it. Is that long-term studies and people who have looked at this long-term have found that the less that 5 to 6 inches of soil is flipped or disturbed or plowed, the better the microorganisms, the more fertile that soil is, and the better the production is. And that's what we choose to do out here. Is we don't use any sort of rotillers or plows. We do use a broad fork occasionally when there's compaction, but I will tell you, since this farm is now in about its 4th year, we're getting where these rows behind me are less compacted, and some of them simply will not have to be disturbed in any way, even using a broad fork. So that's no-till. No-till is a process that really is looking at the long-term health of soil and, again, disturbing it as minimally as possible. So that's our decisions for Whirlwind Family Farm. No-till, and no-till ends up saving us money because there's a lot of equipment out there that goes into tillage, small walk-behind plows, rotillers, the list goes on and on for small gardens. And of course, you know, big monocrops that are 400, 500,000 acres using tractors. And even a lot of those farms are going to minimal tillage where they're plowing less and planting, or actually drilling, planting directly into last year's crops that have been harvested. So that's a whole larger practice, but it's being done more and more. And that's one of the reasons. It's a twofold outcome: healthier soil and less expense. And I'll tell you, it's a lot less effort involved, especially when you start getting into an acre like we have here. The time you roll out equipment or any sort of tractor, it's going to be expensive, it's going to be time consuming. And then back to the organic. Raising things organically is a choice I think is always the best choice. Not putting chemicals on our food in any way is always a good choice. So that's our decision. Whenever you start your garden, you have to look at it individually for yourself. And we hope that you just have a blessing and a great outcome and harvest this year in your spring garden. So we know we have a lot of material online you can check out here on YouTube. We have now close to 350 different videos you can check out. And our whole goal here at Whirlwind Family Farm is to take you further down the gardening process and to make it as simple as possible. So we'll have a video over here that YouTube suggest that we made, and we'll have one over here that's one of our latest. Check them out. We know you're going to like it. Blessings over you, your family, your garden in the new year. Talk to you soon from Whirlwind Family Farm.